Hey yo! Welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. Now, I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught amateur. I have studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt from Google Food. And then, every Friday at 6:30 Central, my wife and I go live for what we call the Friday Night Feast, where we prepare a dinner, sit down, and enjoy it with all y'all are watching. So come along and let's get to cooking. So what we have planned today is to reverse sear a couple of bacon wrapped filet mignons and grill up a couple of lobster tails. So let me show you what we got. What I have here is equal parts salt, pepper, and garlic. So I'm going to dust the steak with this before we get any further. I'm just going to liberally hit all sides of it. But oh my goodness, look at the marbling on that. This is going to be so good. Y'all seeing that? I'm so excited. I don't know if y'all can tell in my voice. Now, so let's get this wrapped in that bacon. Oh, this is going to be so good. I'm so excited about this. And then I'm going to take a toothpick and just pin that in there. And pretty deep. So everything stays where it should go. I'm just going to try and swivel this around so y'all get a good visual of what we got going on. I'm super excited about this. And believe it or not, you're going to think I'm crazy. I used to not like filet mignon. I guess I just didn't know any better. But as we learn, as we get older, we learn more. Square this up. Oh, this is going to be so good. I'm so excited. Let's get this out on the pit and get to cooking. So my pit is already set at 250. I'm going to put these steaks on. Dead center. And then I'm going to let them go for half an hour, flipping halfway through to make sure they're cooked thoroughly.
So now we're going to do some grilled lobster tail, which I love grilled lobster because it gives it that charcoaly taste, and the grill marks really accentuates a good lobster. So what you're going to need is a couple of lobster tails, a really sharp knife, and then butter for basting. So let's get started. So here's my lobster tails. These are rather small. They're only about 3 to 4 ounces. And what you want to do is see the tail. You don't want to go all the way through the tail, but you want to kind of fan your tail out, figure out where that begins or ends rather, and then so it's about right there. Then with a sharp knife, where it's pointed, you're not going to go into the tail. You're going to go right there, kind of push into it. And then you want to there we go. Kind of push down. Put your weight into it. You're not going to destroy it. This is fine. You kind of have to use some weight. And then just kind of slide your knife out like that. And then watch how pretty this will be. And then you just flip it on its side like that. And you get that pretty presentation there. That butterflied lobster tail. And you might get a little bits of the shell, so just pull those out. You don't want to get the shell in your actual lobster meat. Okay. So let me show you again. Here's my other tail. There's my tail. So again, fan it out, right? Find where the base is, right about there. Get my sharp knife. I'm just going to push right into that. And then just come straight down and put your strength into that all the way down, right? And then slowly pull that back. And that should cut it nice. And then all you do is like this. See, and then that tail like kind of acts like a little fin back there. And then peel out any of the shell that breaks. You don't want that in there. And again, you have that real pretty look here to your lobster. Isn't that nice? So pretty. And then what we're going to do from here, add a little dirty rag. I'm just going to use my salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm going to lightly season these. You don't want to overpower your lobster tail because you really want to taste the lobster. So, and you just want a basic salt, pepper, garlic. That's, to me, that's a good base to anything. Anytime you're cooking any new meat, start with just salt, pepper, garlic. That's a good place to start. And then from there, try more exotic seasonings. So that's seasoned. And then what we're going to do, since I'm grilling these, I want to go ahead and melt some butter on the grill. So I've got some chef's chamois here. This is just the European butter. And I'm probably going to put a couple of tablespoons. Now you can never have too much butter, so if you put more, that's fine. But that's a good start there. About a tablespoon of lobster. Put that there. And then on one of our travels, we got this Carolina Sunshine Blend, which is great for seafood and chicken. And it's basically sea salt, orange zest, green peppercorns, ginger, lemon zest, lime zest, and rose petals. Doesn't that sound delightful? I think it'll be perfect for this. So I'm going to add that to my butter and probably just do like 1 or 2 teaspoons. You don't want to overpower again. But all of that citrus zest that's in this will really complement that lobster. All right, let's get this on the grill.
So that butter we just made, I'm back out here at the pit. It's time to flip those steaks. So I'm gonna put it on here so it can start melting. Oh, those are looking mighty fine. Now I'm gonna close the door and come check on it in another 15 minutes. So I'm putting that pan back on here. Now I'm going to put these steaks right over that fire. And let them do a little dance for us. So you start crisping up that bacon a little better. See, I'm going to cheat. Bring this guy over. Because he don't want to stand up. See if I can just prop it against it. Like so. Ah, of course it's going to fall on me. There we go. Obviously it's amateur hour tonight. So I'm just going to hold this. Ooh, that's hot. I love this. That bacon's looking pretty good to me though. See if she'll stand up. And I'm going to flip this guy over and do the other side. Woo, doggy. That's getting hot. I'm gonna set these to the side and grab me a towel or a glove, one of my grill gloves. I ain't got them chef hands. So I think these steaks are done. Put down in that pan with all that butter. And now, I'll slide this over out of the way. For that lobster, I'm gonna baste it with that butter we made. Oh, she's running really away from me. I'm gonna do a lot of butter. So now I'm gonna take and put this lobster flesh side down. Right over the flame. Ooh. Ooh, that's a lot of smoke. So I cooked these flesh side down for about 2 to 3 minutes, but I moved it away from the flame to make sure they weren't scorched. Now I'm gonna flip them. So let them finish cooking. Again, away from the flame so they don't get just totally burned.
Look at that one. There, flip it. Yeah, there you go. Wow, look at that meat. Should be nice and white by now, and that's what'll let you know that it's almost cooked.
I am gonna hit them again with that butter.
Yeah.
Especially now it started boiling. And I don't remember if I told y'all, but we jacked our grill up to about 400 degrees for this searing section. So when we first put them on, it was at 250 for the smoke, and now we're doing it at 400 for the sear. And I honestly don't believe there's any way you can eat too much butter. And I think Paula Dean agrees with me. So now I'm gonna pull these lobsters, put them in that pan. Oh, they look so beautiful. Look at that. Now I'm gonna take the rest of that butter and pour it over the lobster and a little bit over that steak too. Trying to go slow to make sure I don't pour too much at once. And then I get evenly coated. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Happy Valentine's! So now we're back inside, everything's cooked up. I'm gonna take the shell off the lobster just to make it a little easier to eat. I'm just gonna take my fork and slide it right off. I say I am. This way it worked last time. There we go. Let me just mangle that all up. Oh, look at that. It just all came right out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now, for the truth of the matter, let's try a piece of that lobster. Look at that. It's so luxurious. It's light, so luscious. With all that butter, that little seasoning the wife put in it, glorious, glorious. It basically just melts in my mouth. I don't want to swallow because it tastes so good.
That's what she said.
Why did we not buy more since they were on sale? We need to think better, baby. Now, I'm going to cut into this steak. I'm going to cut all the way in half. So I just hold this up and show y'all. Oh my goodness. That's so good. I love this keto carnivore diet. What other diet lets you eat like this? Oh, come here to me. Superb. Perfectly seared. I know I'm patting myself on the back because I'm the one that seared it, but gosh, blended. That is so good. Now remember, folks, make sure you click that subscribe button Click the share. Tell your buddies all about this. Leave me a comment or 7. That's fine. I love talking to y'all. And don't forget to tune in on Friday nights at 6:30 Central when we do our Friday night feast. We can do a little chat and chew. And this week's, I don't remember what we're doing. I'm sorry. All I know is I'm too excited about eating this to think straight. Y'all have a good one. See you next time.